Good morning. All right. It's got to start with the shades. Hold up. Good morning, my people. Just give me a moment trying to get my one more thing. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. All right, there we go. Yeah. Gucci. Shouts out to the Toronto Shouts out to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Shouts out to y'all, everyone that was on the stream yesterday. Y'all definitely made the stream nice. And today we're gonna do something different. I actually have to shout out Canadian Cowboy. This one is actually dedicated to you. Um, you did give the motivation to say jump on there at a certain time and get it going. So just bear with me while I get this stuff together. Um, I'm trying to be able to see the comments. It's just that I still have to get a way to get the YouTube comments integrated into here along with the Twitch comments. So hang in there with me, guys. Trust me, we've come a long way, and we got a long way to go. So yeah, I'm gonna give you all a little second to come back in. Let me just grab my water. Make sure see how Twitch is doing. Big up my one Twitch viewer. Thank you all those guys that subscribe or started following my Twitch. Thank you to my new YouTube follower or subscriber as well. So it's growing little by little, slowly but surely. And yeah, I'm just gonna talk a little basketball. Um, you know, a lot of times for me, as I said, this one is inspired by Cowboy, Canadian Cowboy, because a lot of times for me at this time, I would, if I'm getting up or whatever, doing whatever I'm doing, I would like to listen to Skip and Shannon. And with them being absent, or with Skip trying to find a new replacement, that option isn't really there anymore. So in a sense, I have to create it. And sometimes there's a void that's missing and a void that wants to be filled. And I think hopefully this is something I could bring if somebody's out there that wanted to see some basketball talks or so. Hopefully I can bridge that gap and be able to bring something to the table. And for me, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's one of those days where we're gonna start it. I have a few topics in mind. Don't be shy to jump in the comment section if you have something you want me to talk about. That's what we're also here for. So yeah, get on in the comments. Let me know what you want to talk about, whether that's on Twitch or YouTube. But with no further ado, cheers, big up Celine for the tea. Hmm. Take a little sip of my tea in the morning. Come on. All right. So, with no further ado, let's get into the stream. Let me see if I can turn this down so it's not too loud to start. All right. All right. So, what we're gonna do? I wanted to take a look at Victor Wembanyama. I don't even know if I'm saying his name correctly, but I'm gonna learn. But he is this year's number one overall draft pick, and he had you could say a breakout game, 27 points last night. So we want to just take a look at it and see what we think of his game and how well he did. Um, this is courtesy, I think it's NBA, but yeah, double double, 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks. The other day he did get 5 blocks, so uh, I expect some things from him. And let's take a look. Let's take a look at his highlights and see how he did in his summer league game, his second summer league game. Sorry, let me just get this volume up. All right.
And like joy. Wembanyama with the midi, knocks
Mm.
laces the two ball. He's on Wembanyama playing defense here on the edge.
Oh man,
He's got a piece of that three, much like we saw.
he's tall and he's definitely going to challenge a lot of shots. The only thing I kind of saw about him that I was a little, you know what? Just for the sake of it, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can do something because I don't want to interfere. Oops, 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 oops. I don't want to interfere. Let me see if I can do something. I'm gonna try and take this one. Let's bring this bad boy over here. Okay, perfect. All right, I think I'm gonna help myself a little bit because I was doing too much and I didn't want it to slow down. So, all right. For those here for the live stream, I think I'm gonna start back the highlights, um, just to be able to get it running smooth because I don't like what I'm seeing, and I want us to be able to really enjoy this. So I'm gonna start this over here. Just bear with me a little bit. Just getting some things together. At least that way I could really see what's going on in the chat, if there is anything in the chat. But without knowing it, it's kind of difficult. Or actually, there is a way. I was told how to do it. Alright, but that's fine. That's fine. I just want to see that. Where's the comment section, man? I just want to see something here. Da 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 da. Um, just wanted to check something. I mean, hi chat. I want to see the chat. Okay, so I have something dedicated to the chat. All right, guys. As I said, let's get back into what we're doing. We're going to take a look at the San Antonio Spurs' phenom, the number one overall pick. He got a double double in his second summer league game, 27 points and 12 rebounds, and also 3 blocks. That's also coming off of a game where he had 5 blocks. So let's check him out and see what he's working with.
You seem to have a ton of juice and verve and like joy. Wembanyama with the midi, knocks it
Mm.
laces the two ball. He's on the Wembanyama playing defense defense here on the edge.
Okay.
And he got a piece of that three, much like we saw again, but really aren't like this.
He's tall, man.
About the strides he takes in the ground he covers.
He is
And this
tall.
is what I'm talking about. The window looks like
9-point lead. Blazers goes to the screen line inside.
I think Wemby got a piece of that one. It'd be 2 blocks.
They set with him. Wembanyama on the wing. Goes through the legs. All right. Wembanyama from 16.
So we talked about getting him.
You see that? He has a handle. You know, how do I describe it? His game also has a, or his body type also has a, what's his name? Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert type of body type. And, you know, it's amazing to see how he actually has some handles. I haven't seen Rudy Gobert demonstrate anything like this, but he actually has handles for his size, and I mean like decent handles that can shake a defender, that can get himself open, and we're gonna take a look at it right here.
Him the basketball earlier and second side touches it.
Through the leg, one dribble, pull up.
Hard thing to
Through the
check.
leg, one. Oh no, he
Between the
didn't.
legs, that hand
Uh.
fluidity.
Wesley behind the Barlow screen. Little midi comes off. Wemby. Okay.
Yeah, that's just unfair. This guy literally tapped it up with his left hand and dunked it back, and he didn't even jump. Honestly, I was watching this highlight last night, and I'm not gonna lie to you. All I could think about is he's just unfair. He's just unfair. He's taller than everybody. He's he can like not jump over, but just because of the height, him standing up is like somebody jumping. It's gonna be a problem.
Now you're showing me something special.
Take this replay. Give it to him, Mark Jones. What do you see?
Tipped it to himself
Look how easy that is.
and slammed it home.
Easy that is. Look how easy. Look, little tip. Look, he barely even gets up off of the floor.
Walker
And look, you can't shoot over him. Oh no.
down.
Oh no.
The air ball. So there's the
That is hard to shoot over.
nice rim run.
No.
The punch. Très bien.
Très bien.
To hang his hat at the defensive
Oops.
end. Or at least build an identity that way. Wembanyama missing, got it back.
Ah.
And one.
I was actually surprised that guy was able to even stand next to him like that. I thought he was just going to power it on him. And it's good to see he had a little, shows he has a little strength in his game. Yeah, this guy's going to be a problem for real.
And a little flex. En français.
First of all, again, playing on the perimeter. Nice face-up, quick, decisive move. Puts it soft up on the rim. The get back after the get to it.
Was that a flex, Doris? I just want to make sure I saw
I think you're right.
just a little
Let's
bit of
just
one.
play it out.
It was a little flex.
Ran him out top. Wemby on the post up.
Ah.
Off glass. There's the touch. A fortuitous bounce. He's got 22 to get ready to come in.
Yeah, so he had post-up position immediately.
Look at. Woo.
And it's late. Now he's got to pivot to the other side, but the touch was the footwork.
No, he really got some good footwork. The fact that he stayed calm in that situation, and he could have probably even taken it over his right shoulder, but he decided not to, and then he came back to his left shoulder, and man, this kid is gonna be a problem. I keep saying.
Just so good. And the patience, right? Yeah, you're under a little bit of pressure, but he's like,
Screen. Has an eye on him. Flashes into the mid post. Nice looking turn. Wonderful execution.
yeah, it could have been a foul.
That's that same turnaround I'm telling you. He's nasty, man. If he gets in the paint and lives like that,
Some trouble.
just comes across and slashes in the paint, and you just give him the ball like that, and all he has to do is turn left or right. That kid's gonna be a problem, bro.
24 in the game. DeVoe with 10 rebounds. DeVoe with the sweep.
And see, he's forever there, man.
Starting to feel his presence, and they're playing him in such short bursts. Impactful in so many ways.
ball out front. Off the breeze screen. Shot clock at one. They won't get it off. Good defense by the Spurs. Impenetrable in the paint.
It started with, I thought, Mr. Wesley, now Champagny absorbing that assignment and forcing a tough shot.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Little pitch back from
Bruh,
Marlowe. Wemby.
honestly, how are players gonna get shots off over him? And look at him. Look at the space he creates. And look at the fact that he, bruh, you put a hand up, he ain't seen you. He's way up there. Like he can shoot too, man. He can really shoot. Look at this.
For three.
Uh, I want to talk about the form.
Forcing a tough
Look at the
shot.
form. Look how he just rises. That's a Kevin Durant right there. Look, KD. Oh,
Wemby. For three.
beautiful stroke, man. And you don't see that with most big men like that. That's a beautiful stroke. He definitely got game. My gosh, he's gonna be a problem. He is going to be a problem for somebody in this league, man. The way how he can, ugh, my gosh. Yeah, so basically that's my take on Victor Wembanyama. Um, he's definitely. Let's get this bad boy out of here. I don't think that this is here. Why is this there? Oops, sorry. Why is this there? What the heck is this thing doing? Stop recording. Why is it recording? Alright. But yeah, hopefully that. I don't know why am I seeing this over here. Hopefully I don't see that. This online, this streaming thing, man, still getting better at it, but let's figure this out. Yeah, so Spurs rookie definitely came out and dominated. Um, let's see what else we could check out. He had a great second game. You know, Fred Van Fleet recently did an interview. I'm gonna check it out one day soon and be able to, give a breakdown of it. Um, but yeah, so we got a chance to see what Victor's dealing with. Oh, it looks like Chris Paul. Let's take a look at Chris Paul Warriors press conference. Let's see what he has to say. Let's see how that turned out. Let's hear what Chris Paul has to say.
I'm excited. I think Steph said it too. I even said it when it happened. It's gonna take some getting
Hold up, Chris. Let's get a chance.
used to. You know what I mean? But I'm excited, man.
What do y'all feel about that? Chris Paul joining the Warriors.
To just about everybody.
I don't know what's up with my thing today. I might have to change up certain things. I know I got a lot of things running right now, but guys, it's all a work in progress. All right, let's see. What do we think about Chris Paul join? No, what do you think about Chris Paul joining the Warriors, or the Warriors picking up Chris Paul? What do you think about that? Me personally, um, I feel I feel it is a good pickup. I feel it's going to be beneficial for both. I think it really might even help Chris Paul not having to carry the team as much because he's come from Phoenix and he was the starter. He was a starting point guard, and before Kevin Durant came there, I mean, he was part of the team as like one of their main pieces to really get them over the hump. Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, before they traded Mikael Bridges and all of that. But they had a solid team, and as we seen, Phoenix did go to the finals. You know, Chris Paul did get a chance, but injury has came up numerous times in his career, and hopefully, it's something that playing with the Warriors, having less responsibilities, might allow his body to stand the whole season, withstand the whole season. But as we know, only time will tell. But it's a good pickup. I am. It's a weird dynamic because, as you know, or some of you know, Chris Paul used to mentor Steph Curry. So as Steph Curry's coming up, he'd go to Chris Paul's camps, and Chris Paul would really be there for him as a mentor. But you ever heard that saying when they say idols becomes rivals? It kind of became that now, and Chris Paul is actually now on Steph Curry's team, and Chris Paul has to answer to what Steph Curry wants. It's no longer Chris Paul coming to run the show. You already have the show here. You just complimenting the show. So I want to see how that dynamic is going to play out. And Draymond Green and Chris Paul, see if they're going to butt heads, because I think there was a point Draymond Green's like, I don't like Chris Paul at all. So it's going to be interesting. But let's take a listen and hear what he has to say in his press conference.
I'm excited. I think Steph said it too. I even said it when it happened. It's gonna take some getting used to. You know what I mean? But I'm excited, man. I've
Hmm.
talked to just about everybody. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to get going.
When you think about the way that you guys will have to all mesh together, how do you see that working? What do you need to do to make it all smooth?
Um, Not to like sound crazy or whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's basketball. You know, it's not brain surgery, and uh, I'm going into a situation with a bunch of guys who done played together for a long time that know how to play. And you all right over there?
Man, in the middle of his press conference, that you had to come and mess up the whole scene. Look at Chris Paul's, look at Chris Paul's face. Chris Paul's like, "Yo, you okay? You okay?" This that something must have happened dangerous that the guy had to stop his whole press conference. Look at the look on his face. Look at the look on his face. Wow. All right, let's continue.
Right. But yeah, right.
It's
It's just
State Farm. That's good. That's a good one. Remember, Chris Paul is sponsored by State Farm. If y'all ever seen those commercials, him and his so-called brother Cliff Paul, all of that. But yeah, let's hear him out a little more.
expensive insurance right there. It's I don't know. I guess it's me or whatnot, but I'm not as worried about it as probably everybody else is, or anybody. And when I say everybody, not necessarily our team, but it's we gonna figure it out.
Hey, how's it going? Sean Cannell here from Think Media. If you want to get an unfair
Hold up,
advantage in a
Sean.
very competitive YouTube landscape,
Hold up, Sean. We'll talk later. Let me just hear what Chris Paul got to say.
That you can remember is at least somewhat similar to the way they play, with kind of all the flow and movement and all that.
I don't know. You know, I mean, I've never played with you know all these different types of players. You know what I mean? So that's the situation. That's what happens. I don't think there's any team in the league that's the same. When I got to Phoenix, I had never played with a player like Devin Booker, right? JJ Redick was a lot different, in the way he shot coming off screen. Steph has the ability to create his own shot. Clay dropped, I forgot how many points with a few dribbles. You know what I'm saying?
37.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
30. No, actually, was that? No, that was in the quarter. 37 in the quarter, but 60. Clay dropped a 60 point, had a 60-point game with like four dribbles or something like that. I have to double check that, but yeah, that was a crazy game.
The way that he can create shots for other players. So, yeah, like I said, luckily it's basketball, and I know a little bit about the game.
I mean,
Humble brag. Luckily, it's basketball, and I know a little bit about the game. Meaning, I know a lot, and I'm coming to run this.
presumably you coming off the bench playing with a second unit that's a lot younger than the Warriors of the past have been with J.K. and Moses.
Why is
of their
this
depth
thing
or
there?
bench players that you might be playing alongside?
I
You
really
coach
don't
me?
understand
Oh,
why this thing is there.
okay. Well, I don't know what the situation is gonna be yet. You know what I mean? So I think that'll be for us to figure out once we get going.
Do you ever come off the bench in your entire career? Is that something that you'd be willing to do?
Like I said, it'll be a conversation for us when camp starts or whatnot. But me and Steve have talked or whatnot. But that ain't something that you be like, "What up, man? Where you starting? You coming off?" You know what I mean? So I think we'll figure all that stuff
I
out.
think he'll come off the bench. What do you think? Do you think Chris Paul's going to start or Chris Paul's going to come off the bench? I would think he's going to come off the bench, just because it gives the team a bit more flexibility. Um, but yeah, just give me a second. Sorry, it's rude. Okay, let's go.
Um, I don't know. I'll tell you the truth. Like, I honestly play basketball. You know what I mean? I don't ever go into a play saying, "Oh, here come this lob, here come this bounce pass."
Actually, that's another thing. Draymond Green was talking about it. The fact that Chris Paul will probably unlock Jonathan Kaminga's game because of the lob threat that he is. That he can pass the ball, and Kaminga is a threat to go get the ball. And overall, it's just a good look. He's a great point guard that draws a lot of attention, and a guy like Kaminga, he can bring out the best in him, just like he did for Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, DeAndre Ayton. Now we had Jonathan Kaminga, so hopefully that could happen. Don't forget Chris Paul and Tyson Chandler back in the days. Like, come on, yeah.
Some of the purest players of this game, you react. You know what I mean? So, um, like, not trying to be disrespectful, but I don't go into a game saying I want to see how many lobs I can get. At the end of the day, is who can score the most points. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's sports. You know what
No, it really is that because there was a little rivalry between Steph and Chris. As much as I said, Chris was mentoring Steph, it became a little rivalry after a while because you could there was probably a sense of jealousy, and Steph gloating in the moment as well. Remember that little shimmy they did? Chris came up in Steph's face and was shimmying on him, and I think yeah, Steph just like announced it. What did I think he said the same 2016 no more or 2014 something like that. One time he scored a basket. So there's a lot of underlying jabs at each other. I'm sure they probably oops sorry they got into it at one point, but it looks like they're starting to work things out and coming together at the right time. We'll see.
I mean? So, obviously, the day the trade happened and all that, and you put the jersey on for the first time. Me and Steph actually worked out together today, and it's wild, man, the way life happens, and it does, and you show up and you enjoy the ability to still play this game at a high level.
You've had so many battles against them over the years. How has your relationship evolved with Clay, Steph, and Draymond over the years?
Uh, what you mean?
I mean, you guys have been rivals for a while.
Chris Paul though, one thing about Chris Paul, Chris Paul's he's a little sneaky. Look at him. Look at that face. You think that face is all friendly? That guy is here to destroy you mentally. If he can get an edge on you, he's just trying to pick you up. And hey, even coming in meeting the Warriors reporters, he's got to be on his guard too and know who to trust, who not to trust, who seems like they're trying to get him to say something controversial or put him into a situation where he's in an awkward moment with his teammates. So he's vetting the room as much as they're trying to read him. And trust me, this face ain't no. So look in Jamaica we call him a look a ginal. It's a look a ginal. Watch him.
Battles, basketball
think it's funny because there's always a respect there too when you compete like that against guys. You know what I mean? And obviously fans
True.
always want the insight. Do y'all talk? Did this happen? Clay. For all those years, I would be running around chasing Steph, and Clay would be guarding me. So there's a respect there. Me and Clay talk when we play. And I think Draymond.
Is that a jab at Steph? That you would guard Steph and Clay wouldn't, and Steph wouldn't guard you? Listen, Steph Curry's been fighting to get that image off his name where they say he doesn't play defense, and I think he's done a great job of it because I believe Steph can hold his own. Too much foul trouble sometimes, but Steph has become a better defender than he's ever been. So yeah, but hey, make sure you ain't taking a jab at my guy, all right?
And it's sort of like I always say when people ask me who's the one player that I didn't get to play with that I wish I would have, and I always say Kevin Garnett.
Mm.
Because the first three times I ever played against KG, we both got double techs. We was about to fight every time, but it was because he was like-minded like me. You know what I mean? And I think that's the way with Draymond. I know he competes.
Told you that dog in him. That dog in him. For you to say you got a double tech with KG, KG don't play, bro. KG will come cuss you out, cuss your wife out, mm, all type of things. So we already know, as he said, he got that dog in him, and it's a good look. And I really think he's gonna make guys around him better. It might even Steph. I'm pretty sure Chris Paul's gonna, as they were training together, as he said. But I'm pretty sure there's gonna be an opportunity where Steph can make Chris better, and Chris is gonna make Steph better. And I look forward to it. There's who says he can't improve? Who says he can't, reach another level where he's not asked to do it over 40 minutes. He's asked to do it over 20 minutes, which he might be able to produce that. So I think it's a really good pickup, man. Hmm.
Just like I do. So it's gonna be, definitely dope to see us now as teammates.
Oh, come on.
Is your agency using WordPress to build websites?
We ain't got no.
It's like carving a chicken with a handsaw.
That's like you interrupted me when I didn't ask you to. People think Chris Paul ain't a superstar, huh?
Yes, because I know
Yeah,
the competitor that I am.
yeah.
Like
You're not gonna just lay down
again,
and
I say
just.
this all the time.
Mm,
You're never surprised about the situations, and you can always live with the different outcomes. But um,
that's true.
talking to Steve, talking to Steph, Dre, all these guys, I was real close with Andre Iguodala, Hilton Armstrong, who's one of the coaches, played with me in New Orleans. So
Mm,
basketball has a way of connecting people, and that's what I'm excited about.
nice.
Steph,
Oh, let's hear this.
yes.
Okay, okay. See, he just asked what was the workout like with Steph, and he said not a lot of misses. That is exactly what I was saying earlier in the video. I believe Steph is going to make Chris Paul a better shooter, and I think it happens to everyone that comes around him, from Kevin Durant, Jordan Poole, and now it's going to happen to Chris Paul. You see a guy, you see his formation, you see what he's doing, the work ethic he puts in. It's only going to make you better. It's only going to encourage you. It's only going to motivate you. So I expect to see Chris Paul become a better shooter this year. Remember, I said that I expect Chris Paul to become a better shooter this year. And Chris Paul is a great shooter, great mid range shooter, and he can hit the threes as well. But I expect it to be even better this year. Watch.
It's clear you had a lot of conversations with him. I'm sure you did today. Just wasn't as much detail.
He don't want to give you the sauce, bro. He don't want to give you the sauce. He's saying you all up in the business.
Like I think I said it before. My wife over there went to Steph and Aisha's wedding. They were at my wedding. Like we've known each other for a very long time, aside from the basketball court. That we went. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to play on 3 USA teams: '06, '08,
mm,
2012. So and
mm-hmm.
it's high IQ basketball, guys that play off reads or whatnot, and what you learn is you figure it out. Everybody don't have the answers right now. Um, we'll practice. I'm sure it's gonna be some things that I gotta learn, some things that they gotta learn about me. But that's the case with any team. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's a good question, Da. What were those days like? I took
Mm.
a tour. You know what I mean? So I was with my wife.
This guy didn't even give Washington a thought. Man said I was on a book tour. Washington, like, was not even an option. And it is messed up that Washington would have got rid of him. Washington had a chance to at least have a veteran point guard that can help their players for the future. I mean, you're not trying to win now. Yes, it wouldn't help Chris Paul because he's trying to win now, but the fact that you guys just let him go for nothing, just don't even care, just like, yeah, he's not worth it. Washington, check yourselves, bro. As a Washington fan, I'd feel away. At least you could have had some maturity in the locker room to help your young team. You lost Bradley Beal, and you guys are just saying, nah, that's it. We're gonna rebuild from scratch. Young, who cares? And Jordan Poole, I'm not gonna say he's not a good player. He's a good player, but I don't know about his maturity level, right? Is he that mature to lead us a young squad? Is he going to be the disciplined one amongst the group? You know, who knows? I don't really know how he is, like work ethic wise. I think he does have a great work ethic, but um, I don't know him as a leader. So we'll see. But yeah, we'll see.
You know what I mean? I was in New York. I was doing Good Morning America. I did Zooms. I did all that. So when you're in the midst of that and all that, you don't really even have time to process it or know what's going on. So
No, that don't make no sense, bro. You're traded. That's your job. Where you got to know what's happening with your work first and foremost. All that book stuff comes after, because the NBA is what's allowing you to make those books. So if you don't know where you're playing next year, you don't know where you stand. That's a little wrong-minded, I would say. I would say he should, you know, have been up to date as to what's going on. You can't just say I'm doing Zoom calls, I'm doing this, and yeah, bro, what's happening with your future? You need to know that at all times.
that's that.
Did you have any anticipation about how that would be resolved, in terms of Washington's going to send you somewhere? Like,
Maybe that was it. He had an idea.
Yeah.
See, maybe that.
To be honest, man, it's all such a blur now.
Oh,
Like
come
I
on.
said, anybody that wrote a book and did a book tour is kind of nonstop. And
Chris Paul's a little
the funeral I
sneaky.
went to,
Oh,
you know,
sorry to hear that, bro.
traveling
Sorry.
with my family and all that, but everything happens for a reason, and I'm too excited to be in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, like I said it before, it's a lot of guys who still don't get this opportunity to play this game, and not only am I still playing, thank God, at a high level, but with a great organization and a great team.
Have you ever spun up Redis with other Redis providers and been surprised at the cost?
No, I don't have YouTube blocker right now, guys. But with y'all, we gonna get there. Let's finish off this Chris Paul press conference.
It's cool. Yeah, I've been a part of his journey. He's been a part of mine. You know what I mean? Before his rookie year, he traveled with me and my family or whatnot. I know his dad, family, all that, kids, everything, man. And Steph is, it's been so dope to see. You know what I mean? Him, Seth, and all that, and we crazy competitors as we should be. You know what I mean? But
There's
our time we get a chance to reflect. You know, Texas.
there is a little jealousy I could sense from Chris Paul towards Steph. You know, like imagine some guys. Like I'm not saying he doesn't want to see him win, right? But maybe he won too much for Chris. Chris ain't winning, so it's kind of it's like you're like damn. Maybe in Chris's mind, he's like, yo, this little kid that I used to bully, I used to dominate. I'll still dominate him. It's just he gets off on those guys, but Chris, nah, man. Steph is him, bro. You have to kind of just toss it up and say, you know what? He's him. He really elevated further than I thought he would have, and he's balling out. Just give him his credit, man.
here and there or whatnot, congratulating each other. And so
See,
today we were just laughing.
see what he just said? Congratulating each other. As I said, he expected Steph to win, and he liked when Steph was winning. But when Steph was winning, how are we congratulating each other if I'm always congratulations, and you're texting me, next year, don't worry, hope you feel better. Sorry you got injured. Come on, bruh. That's just my little one take on it.
Laughing. I don't think me and him had probably worked out together probably since like 2009 or something. So
Wow.
um,
See,
it's a great opportunity
see,
and a blessing to still be doing this at.
there was a there was tension. Look what he said. We have not worked out since 2009, which I don't expect them to. They're not teammates or anything like that. But the guy said it before his rookie year. This guy used to come travel with me, stay with my family. I was helping him. I was mentoring him. And 2009, Steph started getting better and better and better, and clearly he rose to the occasion. And it's like, what am I working out with this guy for? I need to get better. I can't have people see me work out with him. Now so we'll see. We'll see how that dynamic plays out.
At our ages, because he ain't young no more either. Yeah.
Is it though? Is Chris Paul a Hall of Famer? Let me know in the comment section.
This is a sport. You know what I mean? Like, this is fun. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, it's a job or whatnot, but I get a chance to play basketball every day and say that's my way of life. You know what I'm saying? So you saying, like, why do I do it?
Mm,
For the same reason I did it when I was 4 or 5 years old. You
mm,
know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't spend the time training and working out and hooping and being away from my family if I didn't love it the way that I do.
nice, nice.
That hasn't changed, and yeah, that's why.
I like that.
You know, you have expectations of playing, far beyond this season, or at least a few years. Is that right? I mean, you kind of still view the next few years as kind of your window.
No question.
Hmm. Yeah, man. Shouts out to Chris Paul. Chris Paul is now a Golden State Warrior, and I wish him all the best. It's great to see him, still doing his thing in the league. Um, Shouts out to Mr. Steph Curry, the boss of the boss, and look forward to seeing what happens next year. It's a good pickup. I think he's definitely going to bring a different feel to the game um, as their backup point guard, but only time will tell if he is the backup point guard. But yeah, Chris Paul, welcome to Golden State. My Toronto fans, don't be mad. I mean, Toronto is definitely my team. I'm even representing another Toronto team today, Toronto Maple Leafs versus everybody. Shouts out to them. The shirt was made during their playoff run by Custom Feels Better. And look out for them, man. They got some crazy shirts and gear. They've been hooking me up for the summer. I'm styling and profiling with them. And hopefully we'll get you some fit soon. I'm going to have some more details. And it's coming. But yeah, so it was a good it's a good look to see Chris Paul on the Warriors now. Yeah. Mhm. It's a good look. Give me a second. Okay, okay, okay. So, all right, we did a little highlight watch on Victor, and then we did one on Chris Paul. Uh huh. let's take a look and see what's happening in the league. What else situation we could maybe discuss. Let me just take a look. Summer League has been interesting. Who I'm liking so far, I think Keegan Murray. I've been liking what I'm seeing from him. He's playing really good, and yeah, Sacramento's gonna be a problem next year too, man. The Kings definitely got something good going on over there. Now, I think I'm gonna wrap up soon, guys. I do want to make some other videos, just by itself. But I also want to shout out my Twitch. Shouts out to my YouTube. Thank you guys again. Thank you for joining me on the stream. I'm trying to get the chat on the screen, so eventually that will work out. Um, ball as well. Let me shout out Ball as well. Yeah, let me put this over a little because sometimes y'all see what I watch. But yeah, as per basketball, it's kind of what's happening right now. Um, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. But that is what we have going on right now. As I said, big up my Twitch streamer. Big up everyone who has followed me on the Twitch. Thank you to my YouTube people. And yeah, we're gonna just wrap up pretty much now because I'm trying to find some topics and I want to organize it. But I did promise somebody I would come out and, um, you know, do something, do something. So I hope I hope y'all enjoyed the content. Shouts out to Canadian Cowboy. As I said, you were the one that recommended this, so I gotta give you a lot of credit. Big up yourself. Love and respect. I'll be back later. We'll talk some Raptors. Let me just get some stuff together, get some scenes right, and we're gonna do this up bigger and better each time. All right, bigger and better things to come. Shouts out to my Twitch streamer again. Shouts out to you guys, you girls, everybody in the building. Love and respect. Hope you have a great day. And yeah, don't forget we ballin' over here. Don't forget to subscribe to Agari TV. All that good stuff, man. We ballin' out here. Zine, big up yourself.